Hello, and welcome to another edition of Addition. I'm your host, Addie Adewusi. I'm a Microsoft product manager, a futurist, a mathematician, tech optimist, artist, and creator. And I'm here every day, Monday through Friday, bringing you the news, the hot topics in tech, an update on the markets, some career advice, and let you know what I'm geeked out about today. So, I'm actually recording from Bellevue, Washington. I am in the Seattle area for a week to meet my team. So that's why the background is different today. And before we get into the crypto markets or the markets in general or all the other topics, first, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. If you're listening on a podcast player, follow and subscribe to the podcast, leave a 5-star review. If you want to see more of me, feel free to follow me on TikTok. It's at AdditionPod. I post a lot of funny TikToks every day, as well as informative, but mostly just fun. And I post that same content on Instagram, which is Addition with Addie. And I also tweet at AdditionPod. So all those links are in the show notes, but definitely support the show because it is free, is always free. And all I ask in return is that you like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so let's get into the markets. All right, so Bitcoin is down 0.25% on the last 7 days at time of recording. The price is hovering at 39,177. Ethereum is 1.46% down in the last 7 days, and the price is hovering at 2,882. So crypto markets have definitely taken a dip. There's a lot going on that could be the reason for that. I know I tell you, I don't like to tell you why the markets are down, but there are significant things going on. So the Federal Reserve is raising rates. And in general, there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. The stocks are crashing, or inflation is getting higher. The Fed is raising rates, and we're also decided that we ended the pandemic about a week ago. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the market right now, and markets do not like uncertainty. So that's my theory as to why crypto markets are down. Similarly, the S&P 500 is down 3.26% in the past 5 days, and the NASDAQ is also down 3.29% on the last 7 days, so almost the same. Interesting that stocks are down more than crypto, and people would say it's because the Federal Reserve is raising rates. Money was almost free for years and perpetuated by the pandemic policies, and now those are being rolled back and it's coming to an end. So this is the impact that we're seeing in the markets right now. That being said, there's a whole bunch of other things going on, but I would not be doing you a service if I didn't mention the global macroeconomic trends in force. Okay, so the hot topics in tech. So I have to give a quick Elon update. So Bloomberg reports that, and I quote, discussions between the billionaire Tesla Inc. chief executive officer and Twitter's board about a takeover at $54.20 per share continued overnight into the early hours of Monday, the People said. Shares of Twitter jumped 3.9% to 50.84 as trading got underway in New York. So apparently, Twitter's board, instead of being dismissive of of Elon's offer to purchase the company outright, they are warming up to it. And I quote from the article, Twitter started warming up to a potential deal after Musk revealed a financing plan for the unsolicited bid that included backing from Morgan Stanley and other institutions. The situation is fluid and talks could drag on longer or fall apart, the People said. So that's just a quick update. Nothing's happened yet, so it's not technically news yet, but I wanted to give a status update on the whole Elon purchasing Twitter thing. If you want to hear more about my thoughts on this, I will link to the episodes in the show notes where I discuss in 2 different episodes Elon's Elon X Twitter saga. That's what I've been referring it to as. Okay, so next, hot topic. Apparently, Meta has a hiring freeze right now. So I quote from blind.com. I talked about Blind before. It's an anonymous workplace discussion app, basically, where people confer. The app knows that you work for your company because you have to um, use your work email, but it's not shared with your work email, none of the data, but people are verified employees of the company on the app. Okay, so I'm quote from Blind. Heard from a friend that Meta recruiters are canceling scheduled virtual on-site interviews for E4 through E6. Can someone here confirm from firsthand? So, end quote. So, if you, in case you don't know about the tech levels, um, so I'm looking at a comparison between Amazon, Microsoft, and Facebook, aka Meta, to give you an idea. So E4, wait, let me go back. Was it E3 or E4? Okay, so E4 through E6, at least at Microsoft, these are the levels where there typically are most opportunities and vacancies. So we're talking about early mid-level to uh, I would say senior director level. So people with a few years of experience to people who are stepping up into a director position, apparently um, if they're being interviewed right now, their interviews are being canceled and they are freezing openings for those positions. And I also quote from the Blind article, Meta will report quarterly earnings next week. Could the hiring freeze suggest Meta is taking a defensive measure against a potentially disappointing earnings report? Okay, so I told you that layoffs were coming several times. I will link these episodes in the show notes. Meta, aka Facebook, a year ago, the darling of tech, the tech company that you love to hate, but at the same time appreciated because the stock was doing so well. They are freezing hires from mid to director level. And this company employs, I'm sure, at least 100,000 people at this point. So if they're freezing their hiring, I I don't know why layoffs wouldn't be coming. And this is Facebook, aka Meta. So again, if you are, I don't care how stable your company is, make sure your resume is updated, make sure your LinkedIn is updated, and make sure you are networking within the tech community because you never know when you're going to need a new job. You never know. The stock market is very fickle, especially right now. And I don't see it stabilizing in 2022 because every week there's more major news. So I highly recommend keeping an eye open in the job market. What's great about tech is that even though companies will be doing layoffs, tech workers are in very high demand right now. And I would say between labor and capital, like workers and employers, the balance of power has swung far over to the employees right now. And with these hiring freezes and these potential layoffs, it's going to start swinging back to the employer. It's not going all the way back, but just know that if you were riding the roller coaster of job hopping because the job market was so hot, just know it's going to cool down, okay? Until people know what's going on, until they know for sure people are going back to work, markets are going to be very cautious. Okay. And similarly, this is just a tech gossip article at this point, but Bloomberg reports that Netflix employee morale is down. So I shared on, I believe it was either Thursday or Friday, that Netflix stock dropped significantly when they released their earnings report and let the world know that instead of gaining 2.5 million subscribers, they lost 200,000 subscribers. So apparently at Netflix, and I quote, but a record decline in Netflix share price precipitated by its poor financial results has shaken employees' confidence in the company's long-term trajectory. It has also erased the value of many employees' options, People who were sitting on tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars are left with nothing. And I continue. Netflix is already restructuring teams in its engineering department to create levels, junior, senior, and so on. Many employees view this as an effort to cut cost. Netflix has always been a fairly flat organization. There are leaders at the very top, but many of the people on teams are at the same level. So I just went through Facebook's leveling, and if you're not familiar with tech levels, go to levels.fyi. I will put the link on the show notes. So apparently, Netflix has been surviving without a level system. I guess they're realizing now if you want to manage labor costs, it is helpful to segment labor based on their skill level and seniority. So this is not good for Netflix. Employees are not happy. Apparently, a lot of people at Netflix are looking for new jobs, which makes sense. If your compensation is, if a lot of it or half of it is in stock, I mean, you'd be surprised at what these compensation packages in tech look like. You know, people may get more allocated in stock than their whole salary. And if that stock price has tanked significantly, all of a sudden you have to go through a lifestyle change. So that's what's going on at Netflix. And so this was a lot of disappointing news. I am a tech optimist. So just because Meta is freezing hiring and Netflix employee morale is low, or that whether Elon Musk is buying Twitter, I don't think these are all bad things. When people are put into a stressful situation, they're forced to make decisions that they may have been putting off for a while, and now they have to. So if someone wasn't happy at their job at Netflix, this is a perfect excuse to jump ship. If you were trying to get out of Twitter and you don't like Elon Musk, this is a perfect excuse to leave. And if you felt pressured to work at Meta, but because they pay well, but didn't want to work for that company, now all of a sudden you have a reason not to apply there. So with every cloud, there's a silver lining, and tech always rebounds and bounce back. So I am always long bullish on tech. Okay, so what is the career topic for today? So today I'm going to talk about first impressions. If you're watching the video, you can see what I have my hair and makeup done. I'm wearing my signature black turtleneck and I'm wearing some dark jeans. This is the first time I'm going to meet my coworkers at Microsoft. Well, the ones in Redmond, Washington. And I want to present a first impression that shows that, yes, I'm professional, but at the same time, I respect that the office is casual. So when you work at a company where the dress code is casual and they encourage people to wear hoodies and sweatpants or jeans, there's a way to be casual and put together at the same time. So I know when I get there, even though I'm wearing just a turtleneck and some jeans, people are going to think that I'm so dressed up because I'm wearing makeup and my hair's done. Um, but I'm still not wearing a suit, so they can't say I'm doing too much in terms of the dress code. So yeah, I just want to reiterate that you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So the first time you turn your video on for a video call, the first time you see someone that you're interviewing with, first time you meet your coworkers, make sure the first impression is the one that you want is one that you want to stick with the people that you're meeting, and be very mindful of what the first impression is that you give someone. Okay, what am I geeked out about this week? So this weekend I recorded a Ledger unboxing video. So I will be posting that sometime this week. I already have it edited and recorded, but because I'm out of because I'm out of town, I have no idea what my schedule is going to be like. But I now have my money off the exchanges. My crypto money lives on my Ledger wallet and no longer lives on Coinbase or Gemini. So I'm really excited about that, and I will definitely let you all know when I post the video. All right, well, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.